my cool intro? Give me my cool intro. Wait, go back. Do it again. There it is. No, just the typical Grognard intro you've had. It's Tuesday. DM Roy, the Grognards. And the super cool intro that I made once upon a time that is apparently not cool enough because the Grognards want more. That's going to be the name of the next game with the Grognards. Grognards want more. This one is No Rest for Grognards. You guys know that? In my game thing, I've titled it No Rest for Grognards. Next game is going to be Grognards Want More, because that is the truth of it. Welcome to Tuesday night. True. Or it's probably more Grognards go down, but this just I know. I mean, there's a lot wrong, but who's coming to see me? You come and tell me good night. No? I have an intruder in the production studio. Who is it? It's the cutest kid ever. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Say good night.
Good night.
I love you. Close that door for me, please. No, she cannot. Oh, sorry. She doesn't stay long, man. She's like out of here. Flash. How about that? Oh, that's cooler. All right, I'm setting this up. Yes, all right, that's awesome. All right, so welcome to Tuesday night. We are in the midst of the Waterdeep Dragon Heist game, and last week some crazy stuff happened. You guys got out of the Xanathar hideout alive. Come to find out, you have set havoc upon the hideout of the Xanathar on your way out. Then you guys did a couple of things, and well, what are you guys looking to do now? I know there's been a lot of talk about, like, in our Discord channel. I've been a lot of talk about what we're gonna do, plans of action and stuff. What do you guys? I don't know, John. Yeah, that's what I thought. 3 points of order. I doubt it. Ooh. Yeah, that's a good question. Because that's supposed to be a monthly thing, but a month feels like such a long time because you guys never take any downtime. So, like, every day is so important. We could do it on a 10-day, but we'll just divide everything by 3, I guess, if we want to make it more interactive, Yeah. Well, maybe. I don't know. I think adventurers, like, I mean, who knows? The typical adventurer lifespan is like a month, right? You go from like level 0 to 20 in like, 2 months of game time. Yeah. The character ages 1 year. They've leveled from 0 to 20. In that 1 year, if that. So all right, let's do the tavern then. So you guys have the gold and the yep. Where's the tavern? Well, no, that's an upgrade that takes time to build. So it wouldn't affect this month. That would affect the next roll, not this roll. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Sure. Where is my... What was that noise? Something cool just happened. Go subscribe! Oh, baby, yeah. All right, so we're going to use the system where we're going to do this thing where you guys are going to negotiate a trade deal with the city. And the way this will work is that when it is time... All right, when it's time to roll, I guess we could say this at the end of a 10 day. So 100... All right, fine. Why is this hard to decide? I want to do Twitch Prime. Yeah. All right, for now, we're going to do this monthly, and then I'm going to think about this, how I might do this on a 10 days. So let's do it monthly. Let's treat this, for this 10 days, okay, so let's say that, how much gold do you guys have? No, that's cool. All right, so let's say that we're at the end of the first roll. All right, so the way it works, base revenue from the tavern is 100 dragons a month. Okay. The monthly cost of running the tavern is 180 dragons. All right. So the way you guys make that better is that you try to negotiate a deal. Okay, so you basically negotiate a deal with the city, with the members of the city, the guilds, call it in favors, do some advertising, stuff like that. And that is how you guys get more. Okay, so the way the negotiating the deal works, I'm just going to break this into die rules for now. For each increment of 5, you add to the difficulty. So the base difficulty is 5, right? Automatic success, and you make 100 gold in a month. For every 5 you add, you earn an additional 100 gold that month. At least do a DC 10. That's right. Up to you. Yes, I think so, right? Isn't that what the thing says? What do you? No, the DC. It's DC for every increment of 5, you earn an additional 100 gold. Well, I mean, after you upgrade it, then things will be different. But for now, you haven't upgraded it. I mean, I don't want to spend the night trying to figure this out. I just want to really do this simply and be done with it. So if you want to do the upgrade, then that's great. You start the upgrade, and when the upgrade's done, like the next month, it will that'll affect it. For this month, we're not in next month, we're in this month. So this month, really, we just want to decide how was the first month or first, whatever period of the tavern, how did it do? And so you guys get to decide how risky you want to try to make this, and then we will we'll make the roll. And this is really going to determine like the next month's income. So we just have to remember it, I guess. I really kind of want to do the roll at the end of the month. Let's just do it this way. So you guys can determine how risky you want to make it, and how much gold that you want to get in there. If you fail the check, and you only get one check, there's no inspiration, anything like that on this check. If you fail the check, you get the base. You only get the base, which is 100. Why do you keep asking me the same question? I'm confused. It can be persuasion or intimidation if you'd like. Wait. Why are we getting plus 10 from a plus 8? Yeah, I mean, that's sort of factored into this whole kind of system. So really, we just need yeah. I'm thinking about change that 25 gold. It doesn't cost enough. Not now, but later. Let me make a note about that. Nah, it's too powerful. Say what? Hold on. See, doot. All right, try it now. Somebody say something and wave.
Something. Can you hear me?
You didn't wave.
All right, if you can hear him when he's waving, then we know it's all fixed.
Can you hear me?
Pretty
Hello?
sure it's fixed.
Sounds like a yup. Except for it's a U bracket.
Dang it, I'm glad somebody mentioned that. Thank you. Who's in chat?
Narconaut.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, we are professionals after all.
Professionals.
Well, take our 25 gold out of our tavern thing and let's roll.
All right.
And we want to do what? DC? How ballsy are you tonight? Lucky?
Well, it doesn't make sense to spend the 25 to go for a DC 10. So going for a DC 15 at least. I would say just DC 15.
I'd say 15 because that way we only need a 9 or above, right?
No,
a 7 or above.
Yeah, 8.
Yeah.
8 plus.
So we're going to go for a 15?
So 15.
15.
Chance to make 300 gold on the first opening session of the
Come on,
tavern.
John. Roll high.
Not me. It's going to be
Are you
our
ready?
bard.
Roginald. Let's go, Rog.
With advantage.
Woohoo!
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'd have went for way higher than that. With advantage gives you +5 effectively at that level. So you really almost couldn't have failed a DC 15, and you would have had a really hard time failing a DC 20.
We did a DC 15.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like you couldn't have failed. Like even if you like
We
with
played it
advantage.
safe with DC 15.
Yeah, statistically advantage adds like +5 at that difficulty level.
Yeah.
So it's basically you had a plus. Well, you could have failed, I guess. But anyway, all right.
Yeah.
So I'll take out. Wait, where's the party? Come here, party treasure. The party treasure.
Wait, you're adding 2, right?
Hang on.
Taking
Party
out 25
treasure.
and then adding
So
300.
tavern. So I'm really adding 300. So 620 minus 25 is what? Whoa.
595.
That's good right there.
No,
Keep
no,
that
no,
there.
no. That's not. That's not.
Plate mail, here we come.
That's too many zeros in that number. Hold on. All right, so you guys have a ton of gold. Are you guys going to invest in that upgrade for the tavern?
Yes, please.
Yes, please. All right, what's that? 250?
Yep.
Yep.
I don't see what y'all are seeing, I guess.
It's on the party sheet.
Party sheet.
Looking at the party sheet.
Look at the goal.
Under parcel,
Yep, parcel coins. Yeah, I see.
it says amulet
Parcel
tavern.
coins under parcel
20.
item.
Oh, I see tavern over there. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I was looking at the gold on the left.
Too much.
I
Roy,
don't think that's your
kill-
personal stuff.
Roy could kill the gold on the left and put it in the tavern. That's the stuff that never disappears.
Not
I could just take it.
Yeah, I could take it too.
I could distribute
Yeah,
it.
you can permanently take it.
You want me to
The whole
distribute
problem
it?
is when you take it, it never disappears.
Oh, I
I mean,
I can make it disappear. Watch. Oh, no, I guess I can't make it disappear.
No, keep grabbing it. It'll give you 23 gold each time.
Well, I'm not going to grab it.
What?
I was going to
That's what I'm saying.
and add it.
Don't
it
do
needs
that.
to be moved.
All right, it's removed.
Oh.
Yeah, put it the tavern amount and zero out all the coins.
Oh, you cheaters.
Wait.
I'm not giving it to you. I'm keeping it now just for that. We call that
What?
taxes.
Taxes? Well, hell, we should have just started doing it and not telling you.
Well, I distributed it to you. That was just the odd amount that could not be distributed. It was like 3
Correct.
dragons.
But it never disappears. That's fantasy ground fluff.
Dang, that stinks. Thanks, John. Thanks for telling us. See, that's why you got to play with honest players, or at least players who aren't trying to cheat over a freaking role-playing game.
Right. Because honestly, you don't even need to grab money. You can just click on your.
You can
treasure
literally
and-
type in whatever number you want for gold.
Yeah,
It's
can.
like, I don't like.
but it will show it in the logs.
Oh yes, because I'm gonna go look at the logs. Sure, I will.
I'm just saying, man.
No, this is
Trying
a.
to keep us all honest.
I gotta spend this 10,000 gold I got.
I am not trying to keep any. This game is for fun and honor system 100%. If you tell me you've got 1,000 gold, I won't really believe you. But at the end of the day, if that's what's on your character sheet, man, and that's how we want to play the game, well, it's your game, man. But that's why I like this group. But when you pick the right group, you don't have to worry about nonsense like that. So let's see. Let me make a quick note for the. What is this place called? Troll Skull Manor.
The Lords of Lions Tavern.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Inside the Troll Skull Manor.
All right, so this is the Lords of Lions. All right, and then you guys did the upgrade for the which number
you
is
need-
that?
Do you need a date for that?
Yeah, I
Because
got
I'm
that.
updating my Troll Skull Manor too. That way we know when we did it.
Great Fire. I really need to. Where's the calendar? I had a calendar somewhere. Didn't I add the calendar to?
Nope, no calendar shown on our end. So
I might
you
have
didn't
done that
add
in
it.
the. Maybe I did that in the other game. That's good.
Just give me what month we're in. That's all that matters.
I'll find it on the break. I got it written down. Where the heck did I put that?
Perfect.
Improve
Okay,
services. That's
who's
what it
not
is.
going to the temple then? I guess is the next move.
I thought we had more than one thing going on at the same time.
Yeah. All right.
I didn't know we were hitting both. Are we?
So so what are you guys doing? So the tavern is sort of downtime activity. So I'm okay, kind of doing that kind of stuff. You guys have stuff to do as a party or individual stuff that you want to do? So it's the next day basically. You guys kind of get up, you catch each other in the common room. There are people here in the morning for breakfast, and In fact, as you guys are coming down, Chris, your friend is working here because she's on the day shift. Moira Leafrunner, and she kind of sees you and she smiles, happy to see you. And you guys come down there and she kind of runs up. So, morning, breakfast, drinks.
Yes, please.
Breakfast, yeah. Breakfast would be great. I should get here sooner. That way we can have breakfast together.
Oh, yeah, I get up really early, though. I don't really get to eat breakfast much. I just grab a little bite here when I come in. I pay for it, of course. Yeah. So what can I get for you, Raj?
What's good this morning?
You guys make the menu. You tell me. I don't know. This is your tavern, man.
Bangers and mash.
Oh yeah, that's one of our specialties. It's actually really, really great. Okay, Raj, you got it. I'll get that right out to you. Be right back. And she takes off. She stops. She comes right back. Oh, sorry. She looks around. Do you think your friends want anything?
Oh, right. You guys, y'all are here.
Yeah, I know. I forgot too. Sorry. And she kind of.
I'll have what he's having.
I'll take the same with a beer.
I'm good.
All right. Great. Be back soon. All right. So there are a few people in. She's hanging out. So what's the plan for the day? POD. Hey, baby.
Heading to the temple.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
I had to fill in a camera spot. I got it turned off. I just needed to.
Look at that beard on Elliott. Goodness.
Oh, yeah.
What do you see him with his hat on? It's kind of outrageous.
It looks like ZZ Top.
There you go, Christy.
Oh, here, look. Watch.
Call her back in.
She's there.
Oh, okay.
She's looking at the other computer.
Hey, Christy.
Oh, yeah. Why aren't you guys wearing this stuff now for the show?
So
was
I
too
can't
hot.
wear
Too
the hat
hot.
with the earphones.
With the earphones?
Earphones.
Yeah.
It's
That's a problem.
it was.
I tried to hook my.
You just like doing like.
That's really uncomfortable because it keeps like falling down like this, and I have to keep putting it up, and then it keeps falling down like this. I tried hooking up my iPod, my Pixel Buds, and they kept disconnecting from the computer. I was like really distraught. I really wanted to wear my hat tonight.
Sorry for the interruption. Just
Oh, it's
saying
fine.
hi.
Oh, that's fine.
No,
Always
this is a
good.
fun
So
game.
funny. I would never even know that
can't
that
hear
was
it,
Elliott.
No, I seriously wouldn't even recognize him. Would not even possibly recognize him. Look like some weird old dude down in the French Quarter or something.
Are you
like,
so excited for your wedding now?
Yes, I love it. A Cat 5 hurricane. It was a dry wedding, but at this point, I think it better be, yes, a Cat 5 hurricane. At this point, it was a dry wedding, but at this point, I'm beginning to wonder, should I just get 2 or 3 kegs and maybe a few bottles of vodka?
You never told me that. You never told me it was a dry wedding.
Well, everybody's driving from, oh my God, out. I don't want
Yeah,
anybody
Roy
dying
got
being
a
drunk.
flask
I know how
that's
you
the
lushes
size
are.
Of his head. So
it's not that.
it's so big. I've never seen a flask as big as he has.
Well, I'm gonna show you what.
But congratulations on the week, and hopefully it all sort of works itself out.
It'll work one way or the other. We'll make it work. If not, it'll be a hurricane party / wedding.
Yeah, I like this.
Ah, yes, that is this long.
Wow.
Yes, it just don't all fit in frame at this point.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I'm working on it. Mine's not that long, but I just let it go out.
Yours is fluffy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other guys are like, you know, we're bald. We're like good.
If nothing else, I'll be able to get a job at the mall for Christmas.
All right, you gotta
All-
see this
all-
flask.
All I know is Roy looks like a mad
Look,
scientist
see?
with his. Elliott
It's
looks
clearly
like
not as big as my head.
Moriarty. Oh God.
But look.
Oh,
you know,
okay,
there's
so
COVID-19
Roy will be smashed.
Do you want to hear?
Oh no, I can't. So you know there's a COVID-19 thing, right? So we can't share out of a flask. So this flask
Right.
has
Mini flask.
Cups. It comes with cups. Are you kidding me? Look,
Terrible class. They look like boobs.
they're metal cups.
They look like boobs.
And a flask with boobs. Hello, this is like awesome.
All I'm saying is,
Oh, they pop out. Look at that. Have
it's a
fun.
cup.
Yeah, but it like extends. That is really cool.
Huh? This is like, come on.
That's solid.
See? And it's like, it kind of goes with the whole steampunk motif with the clips and the chains and the buckles. This is,
Nice and clipped and all that.
And
I'll be the
depending-
designated driver.
Depending on the kilt you got, you already have the hooks for it.
I do. I got chains and hooks and pockets and I got
Yeah,
the,
there's so many hooks and chains on that thing. I'm like, huh?
I'm so excited. I almost wanted to get the other kilt because the other kilt was really nicer. I got two of them. My one was actually really nicer. Like it had the, it was a utility kilt. It was just better made and it was a lot nicer. It was
Right.
more expensive too, but I was like, this one works. This is like fine. And why spend more money on something like, you know. Anyway, sorry. I'm really excited about this. I've not had this much fun shopping for clothes ever. Like in my whole life, I don't ever shop. I never, ever shop for clothes. I do not ever buy new clothes except for like the occasional T-shirt at Target or something.
I've tried to remind him that this day is not about him. Just, you know, a little FYI. But he's very
I know
excited.
that. It's just exciting.
What are you
I'm like,
talking about? This is
very
day about all of us. This is going to be fun.
I agree,
Oh,
man.
and I got the Drunk Scotsman queued up for our after all of our major songs. We have the Drunk Scotsman.
What is that?
You haven't heard the song with the blue ribbon?
Yeah, I don't know where you've
Everybody knows the Scotsman song.
Now I know, yeah.
I see you've won first prize.
Now I got you. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know that. Yeah. I didn't know it by name.
Don't know where you've
Yes.
been, but it's you won first prize.
Yep. So anyway, I'm very excited. I've purchased a cool outfit that I expect to get a lot of use out of in the future. This is going to become my con outfit, my Renaissance Fest outfit, my yeah. I'm going to get some use out of this guy.
New Year's. It's always also Thanksgiving and New Year's.
Thanksgiving and New Year's is a great occasion. Halloween, I mean, why not?
Halloween, of course.
St. Patty's Day.
St. Patty's Day, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, work Monday, like Monday. Why not?
I mean,
mean-
that's
Kilts are just wonderful. Oh, what can I say? They're quite liberating.
I do like that. It's gonna feel weird not wearing underwear though. I don't know how I feel about that exactly just yet, but
Commando.
I know just how you're gonna feel about that, Roy.
I'm not sure.
Let the
man.
boys breathe.
Hey, were we playing?
Smiling all damn day. I know exactly how you're going to feel.
I feel like I'm gonna be
You're going to be
uncomfortable.
like, it's breezy in here. I like this.
I don't know. Yes, Chris, we are playing a game. It's called the game of I don't know what the hell we're
Life.
playing.
Okay, are we going to the damn temple?
I think we're going to the Gaunt Temple. The damn
Temple of Gond.
Are we all going to the Gon Temple, or are we splitting up?
Is there anybody not going to that temple?
I would like to go so that if for some reason we should see the same Nimblewright, I would be able to. I was the only one that really got a good look at the Nimblewright, so I need to go because I could identify it.
But wasn't the high priest the one that threw you out?
No, the City Watch Griffin Rider.
He never went in. Like he didn't get in the
Gotcha.
temple. He was
Yeah.
on the roof, but he never went in the temple.
Gotcha. So you technically didn't really, except for
I didn't-
crossing temple grounds.
Yeah,
you really
I
didn't
had,
commit.
I had
mission.
breached their perimeter, but I had not entered the interior.
Yeah. I mean,
So
that's-
I was thinking that Nomi and or Imani and Gale could go to the temple, and then Delaquin and myself could go to the investigator to even get some extra information.
Okay. I like it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, break.
break. All right, so you guys are all headed there, or who's headed there?
Splitting up.
Oh, split the party.
Splitting up.
Okay, who wants to go first?
Um,
Gale and The temple first.
Yeah, temple first. Investigators second. That way we can all be in the same place when we get arrested again.
Hey, don't look at me. I already have an attorney.
All right, so we go to the temple of God.
Okay, so you guys head through the day of Waterdeep, going through the crowds. Many months later, I'm sort of glossing over this, so I apologize for that. But where's my? There it is. Okay. All right, so you guys head to the House of Inspired Hands, in fact, as it's called. As you get there, this is looks like a cross between a temple and a workshop. The symbol of God, it's a toothed cog with 4 spokes, is displayed prominently. You can see the silhouette up on top of the temple. You can see the silhouette of a small humanoid shape perched on the rooftop. You don't notice it really. It seems almost part of the structure, but then it moved, and the movement catches your eye as it sort of raises an arm. And as it does, it this tiny, small thing sort of flies out. Looks like some sort of small bird. Flies out into the air, does a couple of loops, and then actually veers directly towards you. Now, who's here?
This is
I
gonna
am
be-
here.
Yeah, and I am there.
All right, so Imani and Gale. All right,
Nobody
Imani.
else is coming, I'm guessing.
Well, we were splitting up.
Yeah,
Okay.
Delaquin and
Yep.
Roginald are going to talk to the investigators on the case of.
And Elroth is on some kind of looking for some kind of magic stuff.
Sure.
So
Okay.
just
The two of you go ahead and roll me initiative. Actually, let me do my cool thing. Hang on. If I'll figure out who you are, Imani, Gale.
Okay.
How about that?
I like
Roll
it.
for initiative. Okay.
Makes it easier for me.
All right, Gale, what are you doing?
I guess I just hold my action. If attacked, I will attack back. But otherwise, I am just waiting to see what this bird. Did you say it's a bird of some sort?
It seems like a bird, like a small bird. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna wait and see what this bird does, and if it attacks me, then I'll slay it.
Okay. So you take a sort of holding position. The bird, in fact, does fly sort of straight at you guys, and it's tiny. It's like a small. As it gets closer, you realize it's actually a mechanical type of creature. It's a sort of mechanical construct, like a mechanical sparrow, and it actually flies very fast right towards you, and. And Gale flies and crashes right into you, Gale. You take 1 point of damage from this creature hitting you, and it hits you, and it doesn't explode, but it sort of like just crumples and falls to the ground in this little pile of mechanical parts.
Okay. I reach down and pull the parts apart and put them in my pockets.
You can kind of grab it as like a handful. It's not like scattered, sort of like a broken small device. You grab it, put it in your pocket. Looking up on the top of the temple, the figure that you saw is gone.
Okay.
Okay. Keep going to the temple.
Okay, you are there. The temple is open. It's abuzz with activity. Let's see. So when you go into the temple, the main hall of the temple is this long, sort of ornate procedure, and it holds dozens, probably 24 marble pedestals all along this big causeway. Each one of these pedestals holds an invention or some sort of weird contraption, some of which mean absolutely nothing to you. One of them looks like a sort of like 4-foot tall working model of a clock tower. It's made of wood, iron, bronze, glass. There are brass bells, delicate hands formed from solid gold. There's some sort of flying machine on another. There is a small helmet on one. It looks like a helmet, except the helmet is walking around, and it sort of like has little feet hanging down below it, and it walks around in circles around the pedestals. As you guys are sort of going through here, kind of amazed by these things, a dragonborn. Yes, a dragonborn addresses you, and she says, "Welcome to the Temple of Gond. How may I assist you?"
Yes, we had some questions about if a Nimblewright resides here.
A Nimblewright resides here. Well, yes, of course. The House of Inspired Hands, why we are responsible for all of the Nimblewrights in the city. We do give them out, or sell them out, or trade them for donations to those who are appropriate. As for them living here, there's only one who lives here. Nim resides here, but why would you ask?
Well, because we had an altercation outside of our tavern a few days ago.
And yes, an eyewitness reported seeing a Nimblewright in connection, and we wanted to maybe see if it had any information, if it could help us in some way find why there was this incident.
A Nimblewright incident? Oh no, Nim would never leave the tower. That is strictly forbidden. What incident?
Well, we would assume. I don't know if it was Nim, but it was a Nimblewright, and it headed back this way.
It did return to this tower, but it may not have been Nim. It may have been some other, and also some Nimblewright came to this tower. I don't know if it had left this tower, and maybe it left somewhere else and came here. I don't know, but Nim may know the answer to that.
This is very strange indeed, though Nim has been known to cause trouble before. I suppose we can speak with him. Follow me, please. And so she takes you through these hallways, down through another big thoroughfare, past, like I said, it's a crowded place. This is a popular temple. It's a temple. People are here buying services and saying prayers and such like that. But yeah, the Temple of Gond is really interesting. They apparently create things. And so she takes you to this tower, and you guys go upstairs. Up these stairs. And you go up the spiral staircase, and you come to sort of basically an attic space. There's a short landing and then a door. And the... She comes up to the door, and she goes to open it, and she looks. Well, this is odd. I wonder who put this new lock upon the door. Nim. And she. Nim, open the door. Nim. Did you put the lock upon the door? Why am I asking him? He can't even speak. Nim, are you in there? Tap if you are. You get hear a tap on the door. Nim, did you put a lock upon the door? You hear another tap. Nim, open the door. You have 2 taps. Nim, does that mean no? I don't have time for this today. You are welcome to speak with him and try to persuade him. Know that he hears you and understands the words you speak, though he cannot speak. He is simply a Nimblewright, and Nimblewrights are not capable of speech. They do understand the common tongue.
Oh, perfect. Sir Nim, we just wanted to ask you a few questions. Would you have a minute to talk with us?
You have 2
Or
taps.
I should say tap with us?
You have 2 taps.
Nim, is that because you're afraid?
No taps.
Is it? Are you afraid of us?
We're not here to hurt you. We just want to ask some questions.
Nim, are you afraid of someone else?
2 taps. No.
No to the last question. You're not. He's not afraid of someone else.
Nim, did you run away from the tavern on Troll Skull Alley a couple of days ago?
2 taps. No.
Do you know any Nimblewright that did?
No taps.
Is that a yes or a no?
Maybe a charisma check, John. Persuasion, if you'd like.
Persuasion?
It sounds like you're trying to persuade him, unless you want to try something different.
No, persuading's fine.
Oh.
19.
All right. It's a little hard to hear. It's a very soft tap. 1 tap, yes.
Do we know why he was by our tavern, and did they, or he, she, I'm not sure how you refer to your kind,
You're gonna have to ask one question
what-
at a time.
was by the tavern? Did they intentionally
This is the
cause
dragon. I'm sorry.
the trouble outside our tavern?
Were they serving?
You get 1
another-
tap followed by 2 taps.
Yes.
Were
and
they-
No.
Were they serving
maybe-
another master?
Was this directed against our tavern?
Hang on, you guys are asking 2 questions at a time.
Yeah.
You get another sort of hesitation, and then like a tap followed by sort of 2 more taps.
They were serving another master. Yes. It wasn't directed against our tavern.
That question never got answered.
Wait, which one? I see. Yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
wait.
exactly.
For it.
Yeah. All right. Were you serving another? Was he serving another master? Yes. 1 tap. Yes.
And then John asks, or Imani asks, was the attack directed against our tavern?
Right. And that's when he got sort of those 3 taps. The dragon is like, this is can't.
Do you know?
There must
many
be some way to
people
open this
died
door.
in front of our tavern?
I don't suppose either of you is a arcane caster who can open this door, or perhaps
I could
No.
maybe pick the lock.
that would be so useful.
I could try.
Do you have thieves'
Or
tools?
we could ask Nim again. Nim, would you please open this door?
You can make a persuasion check, but you haven't done. It's a tough check. He doesn't know or trust you at all. Obviously, he doesn't know anything about you guys other than that you're here interrogating him. So he doesn't like you much right now.
Well, he's also already established that we're not looking for him. We're looking for.
Well, So you say.
Information on someone else. Anyway, you weren't gonna give me the.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, sure.
I'll find my own persuasion. I'm so weak at persuasion, actually, on this character. Yeah, I'm not convincing. Wait, what?
Yep. You get 2 taps. No.
If we swear on to God and on our honor that we will not harm you in any way, would you
I'll be
open up
back in a
and
minute.
talk to us?
Oh, you will not be allowed to harm him. Nim,
We would.
Nim, do not worry. They are here asking about something else, not something that you have done, it seems. Is that correct?
That seems to be correct. If he did not cause the ruckus outside of the tavern, which the knock said no, but he does know a nimble right that did. We just want to find the nimble right that did.
Nim, this seems reasonable to me. We can trust them. Open the door. All right, John, give me a... Here, actually, I can just do this, huh? Advantage, persuasion. Imani, give me a persuasion check with advantage.
15?
15. Actually, we'll do it in this case. All right, you sort of... It pauses a second, and then you hear this sort of... you hear this... something sliding over, and then a click as the door's opened, and then something else sliding over, and inside the door, this is it looks like a workshop. There are pieces and parts of all kinds of stuff. Imagine a toy maker's workshop or Geppetto's workshop. This is sort of this, except not just toys, but like all kinds of gadgets and things. So apparently, whoever lives in here actually is some sort of inventor of things, a creator, which is not surprising. No, in the Temple of Gond, of course. And so he's sort of like this nimble right is sort of like kind of like a back among the clutter, like peeking his head out, not really trusting you, looking out. It's short. It's only like 2 feet tall. It's this little short mechanical creature.
Could you point to or write down who had the nimble right cause the ruckus outside of our tavern?
Who? He
Or how we could find him?
he looks
Her?
at you. He looks at Valletta, and he makes some sort of gestures with his hands, and she says, he says he prefers not to speak of the other nimble right.
Well, there were a lot of people that the other nimble right hurt outside of our tavern. And that could be very dangerous running around Waterdeep.
And he actually looks up, and he's like, and his eyes go wide, and he looks at her, and she's, he says that is not his fault. He never designed him to do that. What happened exactly?
It looks like somebody threw a fireball outside of our tavern. And many people were killed,
That
a lot of dead.
Wait, that was
That was in front of our tavern. We were
Nim.
inside having lunch.
It was a nimble right, and it came back here.
Nim. A nimble. What do you know of this nimble right, Nim? And he sort of shrinks back. Nim, tell me. He's sort of. And he spends some time sort of talking to her, and she sort of softens. It seems that my brilliant young nimblewright, Nim, he sort of looks up, created another nimblewright. he was
That's
lonely.
brilliant.
He was lonely and wanted some companionship. But it seems that some time ago, his friend fled, confused, and he hadn't seen him for some time until just a few days ago when it came back in. I suppose that lines up with the timeline of your incident. Nim, where did it go? This is not okay, Nim. If you cannot create your constructs and control them, then you shall not be allowed to create any more constructs, Nim. And he looks at her, and she is like, wait here. And she goes off. She comes back a few minutes later with a few acolytes, and she is like, I need...
While
Go ahead.
she's gone,
Yeah.
while she's gone, I take the bird out of my pocket, I give it to Nim, and I say, you may have this back, and I won't speak of it to the priest, to, what do you call it?
Acolyte.
I won't speak of this incident.
He actually looks
I
at you and
give
he's
it-
like,
So you've got the parts back to work with.
he smiles. He's happy. So he sort of takes the parts. And they're like, for him, it's like an armful of stuff. And he sort of like puts it on the workbench. And
No hard feelings about it hitting me in the chest.
he's like,
And so then so we reset the frame when she comes back with the others.
all right. He does. And he sort of pauses a moment and he's like, and you see this look of sorrow on his face. And he sort of walks up to you and he kind of grabs your hand. Like he grabs your hand in both of his hands. So like each of his hands can hold like each of one of your fingers or so. And he looks at you and he looks sad. And he is like,
It's fine.
and he goes over and he starts rummaging through this stuff. And he pulls out this small contraption. It's about half as big as he is. It's about a 1 foot long copper contraption. And there's like umbrella-like mechanic protrusion at one end of it. And he hands it to you.
Hands me an umbrella.
Yeah, it's like a staff for him. It looks like a like I said, like a rod, some kind of rod with like an umbrella contraption at the end. It's weird.
Thank you, Nim. Will this help us some way?
Yes. He says, and he shows you, and you can see under the umbrella part, there's like a little actuator, a trigger, if you will. And he presses it, and he hands it to you, and he tells you, motions you to press the trigger.
All right, so which way do I point it? I kind of like point it this way, and I press the trigger.
All right, so as you press the trigger, it starts whirring. The umbrella starts whirring, spinning around, and the whole device makes this whirring, clicking kind of sound, like click, click, and the umbrella spins very, very, very fast. And he like looks, he's like,
The umbrella finds you. The umbrella finds nimble rights.
Any number.
That's
right?
very helpful.
Okay.
We're going to ask your acolyte to have leniency on you. You didn't mean for this to happen, I'm sure.
All right, so
he looks sad, as if to say good luck with that. But
I press the trigger again to deactivate it.
just let it go.
So
It's sort of like a button you hold down, a trigger you hold down, if you would.
Oh, as I
Yeah.
hold it points toward him.
It doesn't point, but you can a small bit, a few seconds of experimentation can show that the closer it gets to him, the faster it spins. So when it's next to him, it's like, and if you even go just maybe 5 or 10 feet away, it slows down a bit, but still very fast. So it's like spinning very, very quickly, even within this small room. So it seems to just intensify.
It has a range.
The closer it gets to him, the faster it spins. Like I said, in this little room, it's like.
All right, cool. So I stashed the nimble right finder out of sight before the Dragonborn returns.
All right. In fact, and they do. As you put that away, she kind of comes back up, and she comes in and she's like, "Acolytes, remove all of this from this room. Nim has become a danger to this town and a disgrace to the Temple of Gond. Crutch, I am speaking. This will be removed. If he cannot do this responsibly, then he will not do this. Get to work."
But wait.
He's
the
trying
acolytes
to
start
help.
going in, and Nim's like, "Ah!" He's like pushing them. He's got one of the leg of one of the acolytes, hold it on, and they're like walking with him on his leg.
I don't think Nim really intended any harm. This is just, in the wrong place, the wrong time. He was sad and lonely. We all get lonely. It happens. We will try to take care of this problem and say nothing about the Temple of Gond's involvement, and just let Nim do his little thing. Maybe
I
a little more
understand.
supervision.
I understand Nim has no malintent. I am very familiar with Nim. He is a long-time associate of mine. However, his irresponsibility has literally cost lives. Ill intent or no, we cannot allow that to happen. We cannot allow him to create creations that may inadvertently harm people.
Agreed.
Maybe if he brings all his creations to you first?
Maybe an agreement where he's still allowed to experiment, but he also has to have somebody signing off, so to speak.
I mean, if you give the poor guy nothing to do, what is his purpose in life?
If he was already lonely, he's only gonna be bored and lonely with nothing.
And he is awfully industrious. He will more than likely find other things to. This is wisdom. I can understand wisdom when I see it. Very well then. Very well. You have convinced me. Acolytes, thank you for your time. Go back to your studies, please. Yes. You take off down. And Nim is like. He's like starts twirling around. She's like, so we understand then, Nim. We shall be monitoring your creations. There will be no locks upon the doors. And he looks up. And yes, I think this can work out. Nim, you will get to create your creations. However, you must be supervised. I shall find someone to work with you and ensure that you take the appropriate precautions in the future. Yes. And you, of course, said that your discretion regarding the House of Inspired Hands is, understood.
Yes.
Certainly. We don't have any intention of smearing your fine reputation.
Well, I don't know what you've gotten out of this visit today, but I hope that something perhaps at least can help you to find what it is you're looking for. Know that you have this day earned favor. Hang on. Temple of God. Just making it official.
And
We
what?
really favored.
Know that this
Ask
day you
what
have
her
earned
name
favor
is.
with the Temple of Gond. This is Valletta.
Thank you, Lady Valletta.
All right, so Temple of Gond. You are officially friendly with Valletta. Friendly with Nim. In fact, you are very friendly with Nim. I need a computer to do all this stuff for me. And you guys have earned 2 reputation with the Temple of God. 1 for making friends with Valletta, and 1 for making friends with Nim. All right.
That way you can use Nim's brilliance to help the temple.
Yeah, remember that in this game, I mean, I know levels and stuff is a big deal. I get it. D&D, I got it. But remember that in this game, at least, things like money, reputation's a big deal. I track reputation with every NPC and every faction that you guys are with, because the idea is that as you become more famous, you may not always have levels or gold or magic items, but you'll have reputation with factions, and you can use that to get favors. Or if you want a magic item and you've got money, you contact some faction that likes you, and that makes it easier for you to find the magic item you're looking for, stuff like that. So reputation is a really significant part of this game, just FYI.
Oh, well, this is definitely apparently an important piece then, because Gon seems to have all sorts of cool magic stuff.
Gon does seem to have all sorts of cool shit. Magical and mechanical. Like, it's not like, so, yeah.
It's steampunk. It's all
Yeah. Yeah, it's all steampunk.
Oh, actually, yeah. So you want to see steampunk? Here you go. Might as well just go ahead and share this.
And invite, that is cool.
And that's
Invite Valletta to the tavern too, to meet up. Tell her that we have a gnome tinkerer as part of our party, and that she's always welcome to come to the tavern for a drink. First round's on us.
That's super cool.
That is kind of you, though I do not. Well, I suppose I can find something.
We have non-alcoholic drinks also.
Indeed.
We have a great cider.
Very, very kind of you. All right, there is a Nimblewright detector in the party treasure. Just for the sake of ease of details, you guys can cast Identify or something at some point to figure out how that works.
For the purposes of it's currently stashed on me, I'm going to take it to me. And then I'll mention it to the party later. Where you moved all the stuff?
I did. All right. Let's see. Can we take a really quick break, Tony and Chris? Sorry that went so long, but me splitting the party, we have to do scenes, so I just have to, scenes are gonna happen when we split the party. Let's take a real quick break so I can go pee and refill our drinks, and as soon as we all get back, we'll start. So 2-3 minutes if possible. We'll be right back. Yeah, no, in a game like this, especially when you guys are in town and you've all got different agendas, I mean, it would be almost impossible not to split the party, honestly, right? Because you guys have stuff to do. You know, each of you may have a different thing to do. A couple of you may have something to do. You know, there will be clues when there's something where you guys probably don't want to split the party, right? You'll hear me say things like, if you accept some quest and somebody says, hey, get your friends and go do this thing, that's probably not something you want to do solo, John, by and large.
They're probably.
Hey, didn't I pull that off? Thank you.
Yes, you did burn down the entire orchid. Yes, you did.
Yes.
Not the entire orchid, but you know.
Yeah, but what did you pull off? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think that splitting the party is okay, but unless it's get your friends and go do this quest
Or
yes.
something, yeah. But you'll see, you know. And so the only downside is that we are going to have scenes, and so there's going to be, you know, a scene where there's only 2 players or 1 player, and I try to make those scenes as short as possible because I don't want people just sitting here doing nothing. But they're going to be part of the game.
For me, it's entertaining. Like, okay, now we just had our turn to play, and that was fun. Now it's entertaining that we just sit back and watch and don't intervene and don't. Hey, we're not there, so let's just.
Yep.
We've got out of character knowledge. Actually, we've got out of character knowledge of what's going to happen between Roginald, Delaquin, and the inspectors, which is kind of cool for me in that I used to be a City Watch investigator, and I'm not there talking to the City Watch investigators.
Yeah.
So, that may work well for us, or it may work against us. Either way.
All right. So we're going to switch scenes. As you guys are escorted out of the House of Inspired Hands, Valletta once again thanks you for your help, and she says, "So if I may, I would commission a task. How do I frame this? I need you to do something for me, and I'm willing to pay you to ensure it gets done."
What we do.
What do you want done?
We are for hire workers, actually.
This creation of NIMS, I appreciate your trust and not speaking of the House of Inspired Hands. However, this creation seems dangerous, and it could be a stain upon our reputation. I need this thing destroyed.
Even if not destroyed, how about we bring it back to you? Because if it has a conscience like Nim, do we want to really destroy it?
If it is a construct, listen, I need this thing destroyed. If you want to capture it and bring it back, that is fine as well. But I need this thing removed, alive or dead. I will
Agreed.
I will pay you 500 dragons and bestow upon you a gift from the House of Inspired Hands.
We'll take it.
Quite a handsome reward.
Upon you presenting me proof, alive or dead.
We will certainly take the commission. The reward is fantastic, but besides that, we do not want to see a dangerous construct out in the streets as well.
Excellent. Then we are in alignment.
And we also don't want your reputation to be smeared, as we've said before.
I appreciate it. Thank you, friends. Well met and good day. All right, close scene. Open scene on. You other 2 guys are together?
Yeah. Apparently, reviewing my notes from our previous session. Before we go to the City Watch, we need to get commissioned by a local lord to assist in the investigation. We don't have the authority to investigate the things that happened even directly outside of our tavern.
Not officially, right? Like, you can't investigate in what regard? Like, you can go around and ask questions and, whatever you want, but you can't, like, subpoena people or force people to talk to you or something, like, in, under the guise of the City Watch or under some sort of official position. Is that, like, I'm not sure what you're trying to do exactly.
I just, if we're gonna go, because the intention is to go to Barnabas Blastwind and find out what's been found so far on his side.
Mm-hmm. Which, you certainly could just go talk to him if you want.
Huh?
You can certainly just go talk to him if you want. Like, just go.
Yeah. Well, I'm afraid that he's just gonna blow us off. So if we have like
He might.
Rainier sign off and go, sure, you know, it.
Sure. If a Lord of
Right
Waterdeep
outside, I was
commands
there.
him. Yeah, now I see what you're saying. Yeah. So, yeah, you could go talk to him. Sure. Or if a Lord of Waterdeep talks to him, that's a very different interaction, right? Like, so, you know.
Yeah, I just. Well, I was hoping to get just something signed by Rainier saying that he's all right, or he approves of us looking in to the explosion outside the tavern that he was at on such and such a day.
All right, so you guys are going to go see Rainier then?
Yes.
All right, so to the Never Ember Estate, the huge palatial grounds of the Never Ember Estate, one of the very, very largest estates in the entire city of Waterdeep. You guys can go there, and you're greeted by the guards outside, and you tell them your business, and they say, "Oh, you guys, yes, well, you're friends of Rainier. I suppose you're welcome." He says, "You're welcome anytime."
Awesome. Great. Thanks.
Do you need an escort, or do you know where you're going?
Well, I've been here before. Delacoin might be his first time, but
All right. So you guys go through the grounds, and there's like these big grounds of cultured, sculpted bushes and such, and you eventually get to the manor door, and a butler opens the door and greets you. Yes, my lords, I suppose. How may I help you?
I was hoping to talk to Rainier if he's available today.
Master Rainier, let's see, what time is it? I suppose it is probably time for him to be getting up. Yes, please come in. Allow me to offer you a beverage and something to eat while I go and fetch the master.
Great.
And he comes in, he talks to another servant, and he whispers, and she runs off. So you guys come into this big waiting room, and like the waiting parlor is like as big as your entire establishment at the Troll Skull Manor, and it's all this well-appointed furniture and such. They come in, they bring in some trays of some fruits and some cheeses. They bring in a pitcher of wine, pitcher of water. Anything else we can get for you, my lords?
No, we're good. Thanks.
All right, yeah. In fact, this is like prime time stuff. So you guys are chilling out. You spend maybe 5 or 10 minutes sitting in here as you're partaking of the riches of the Never Ember Estate, and the door opens, and in comes a disheveled Rainier. He sort of comes in, and he's got a shirt on, a long shirt. You're not sure if he's certainly not wearing pants. He may be wearing underwear. You're not sure. And he sort of comes in, and he's like, "Dudes, last night was all right."
All right. Was it off the hook?
I'm not sure. I guess that means yes.
Good night. Remember.
He comes over and he grabs a goblet and pours some wine, and he sits on a chair next to you, and you recognize he actually is not wearing underwear, just a sort of shirt he's thrown on, and he grabs a hunk of cheese, and he's like sort of, dudes, yeah, awesome stuff, man. So it's been a long time. I haven't heard from you guys like in forever. I mean, you guys opened your own place, and it was a, gnarly party and stuff. But then you guys like fell off grid, right? And I'm just like, well, cool.
You were just over there the other day.
Nice knowing you guys.
He was in the tavern when their explosion happened.
Yeah, that was like 3 days ago. 4 days?
That was 3 days.
3 days.
Yeah, we were doing some crazy adventure stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, I got this for you, by the way. And I reach in my pack and I pull out my Amish bottle of wine. And I know you know more about wines than I do. I hope this is good stuff. But yeah.
All right. What is that from? Is that good wine? Is it good wine?
Let's see. Excellent wine.
Excellent wine.
It bears the label in the shape of an eye patch with the name One-Eyed Jacks in common.
All right. He was like, oh, I haven't heard of it. Let's try it. He downs his current flask and pours out the last drops, shakes it out, dries it out with his shirt, actually. Can't mix wine, dude. And then he pours in this, and he's like, not bad. Decent bouquet. Hints. Yes. Sounds good, at least for morning wine. I appreciate that. Very nice of you. Very nice of you. I assume that the staff is taking care of you while you're here?
Yeah, it was great. But that's not the only reason why I came. We are looking into that explosion that happened outside the tavern. And I was going to go talk to the investigator, and I thought it might be good if I had, like, since you were there, have your blessing to look into the case.
My blessing? Dude, I'm not a priest.
You know, just like a thing saying, hey, I'm a lord, and these guys are all right to look into the explosion that happened out in front of their place.
That. His eyes actually grow sober, and he sort of looks in the distance, and he looks distant, as if he's really looking inside himself. All right, dude, look. And he sets down the wine, sets it down. He's like, look, I found out a little bit about that, and I don't know if this is something you're gonna want to get into, man. This is gnarly shit. You may want to just step away.
What do you mean? Why do you say that?
Look, dude. When the Lords of Waterdeep ousted my father, I thought his dark shadow was finally gone for good. Truth is, you know, I want nothing to do with him. But his spies hound me. One of them, there's a gnome. His name was Dalakar. He's been watching me for months. Dude's always around. Then, like, maybe just a couple 10 days ago, he's suddenly gone. Nowhere to be seen, right? Now, my father doesn't trust many people. You don't get to be Lord Neverember by trusting people. But that gnome he trusted. So, in the last couple days, I've been kind of asking around to some of Delacar's friends. Apparently, he was on some super special mission to receive something called the Stone of Golor. And he was afraid...
Stone of Gore?
Gore? No, Golor. Golor, I think. Yeah. Or did he say galore? I'm not sure, dude, but some stone, right? And apparently he was really afraid that the Zentarum and the Xanathar, or both, were close to catching him. When he heard about my kidnapping, he wanted more information about the adventurers who had rescued me. Apparently, he thought you guys could help him out. I think he was planning to pay you to deliver that stone to my father in Neverwinter.
Well, that's interesting, since it was a gnome that was found at the scene.
That's why I was asking around, because I put the pieces together in a moment of clarity. See, I was out at the bar a couple nights ago, and I was having a drink or two.
A moment of clarity.
And I got to this point where I was like, I drank so much, I was sober. You know what I'm saying? And it was like,
I've been there.
Oh, yeah, dude. And in that moment, I was like, gnome, henchman, fireballs. And it just like, boom. And I started asking around, and it's like, dude, I totally nailed it. I think Delacar was looking for you dudes. And I'm telling you, you don't want to get involved in that stuff. My dad is bad news, dudes. Bad, the baddest of news. You don't want to get involved in that. If I were you, I would leave this alone. Delacar is dead. Apparently whatever stone he has is gone. Let well enough alone, dudes.
My lord, you wouldn't happen to know.
He picks up his
anything
wine
about-
again and sort of like relaxes and this moment of like, and you realize like in that time where he's not like, you know, dumb dipshit Renair or drunk Renair, he's actually like this very, very compelling person, right? He's actually he's strong. He's got calloused hands of a fighter, and his laid-back attitude is really sort of at odds with this character that you see in those couple of minutes where he's like just this really intense, really, really compelling speaker. And you can see, you know, he's got a very high charisma score, if nothing else. I'm sorry, Delaquin. So you were saying...
you wouldn't happen to have an idea of what the eye would be. You haven't heard of anything like that.
The eye? You mean like,
yes.
Like Xanathar?
Don't think it's Xanathar. I think it's something. The eye.
Oh, well. Don't know, dude. I mean, the eye, everybody calls Xanathar the eye. That's like, if it's, I mean, I don't know.
The stone wouldn't be considered the eye.
I don't even know what the stone is, dude. All I know is it's the stone of Golor,
Well, that's a quick
Galore,
question.
something.
Roy,
Yeah.
Do I have any bardic knowledge about a stone of Galore?
You do not.
Okay.
Though,
You know who Galore is?
this isn't the first time you guys have heard this name, is it?
Galore? As far as I know, it is
It
the
might
first
be.
time.
Okay, all right. No, you would not have any kind of bardic knowledge about this stone of Galore.
Does Lord Vernier know about Galore? Who Galore is?
He just basically told you what he knows.
Yeah, okay. Just make sure.
So, I don't want to get involved with your dad, but if somebody's out there who bombed a bunch of my people and damn near bombed us,
And you.
I was talking about us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to find out who the actual perpetrator is.
Look, dude, I hear you. I mean, I do too. But I thought they thought it was some sort of what you call him, like a mechanical dude, right? It wasn't like a person who did that.
But we saw a mechanical dude fleeing the scene.
Yeah.
And we chased him, but and we have Imani and Gale looking over at the Temple of Gond right now. But like I said, I wanted to find out, you know, just for my own peace of mind, what the investigator found. But I don't want to.
There's also eyewitnesses of a male human that was actually fleeing or limping away from the scene. We're not sure if that has anything to do with it.
Yeah,
but
somebody who got bombed as well at the scene and then ended up.
he was actually the one who dug into the gnome's pocket and then left the scene.
So that would be the
whoa.
guy who currently possesses the Stone of Galore.
That's we could find that person. That would be.
Well, yeah, but that person's got the stone. That's not the person who did it. But oh, dude, that's wild. You know, I know some people who may know some things. Did anybody? You have a description of this guy? Did anybody see him that could maybe give a description?
Everybody we encountered did not get a good look at him. He left through the east exit to the alley.
Yeah, that doesn't help though. Somebody must have seen him walking.
I mean, he was burned, like horribly burned to the point to where he was forced to limp.
Well, how do you know? Who was talking to him?
The
Wait,
druid
didn't-
actually.
Our neighbors who
Farla.
saw him leaving.
Farla actually saw him.
I thought one of our party members saw.
Tally Fellbranch over at the Bent Nail saw him.
Oh, you know, I'll talk to them. Hey, Bob, and he calls his butler. Bob, write these names down. Tally Fellbranch, Falafenar.
The failure.
Fellbranch.
Falafenar, yes. No, she's not a Fellbranch. She's a Falafenar. Falafenar?
Talis Sovenar, known as Tally Fellbranch, proprietor
Yeah.
of the Bent Nail.
But there's Follow, the druid that Tony's talking about.
Right, the druid of the Corleone
Falafenar.
crown.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's actually the one who first told you guys about
it.
that, where he went to. So, all right, yeah, dudes, look, I know people that know people. You know what I'm saying? I'll put some feelers out and see if I can't find some information about this dude and about that little dude who apparently caused all this. But I'll see what I can find out. I'll let you know. Can I find you where? Oh, I'll find you at the tavern.
Find me at the tavern.
You got it. All right, man. I'll
We're
see you
doing
there.
breakfast these days.
Breakfast? Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't do breakfast too much. This is kind of early in the day for me. Maybe a lunch, a
Right.
brunch, something.
Well, I'm about to start having the famous Smythesworthy stew.
Oh,
It's not
right
to be
on.
missed. We'll be
Right
doing
on,
that
right on.
at least once a week for dinners.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. All right, tell you what, I'm gonna put some feelers out and see what I can find out. When I get some info, I'm gonna stop in for some Smythesworthy, whatever you said, and drinks.
Smythesworthy stew.
Yeah, that stuff. Yep, got it. In
It's
here.
my last name.
Locked on in. Yeah, I know your last name and your first name too.
Raj.
Yes,
Right.
Raj. Come on, Raj.
Of course, Raj. Of
Raj,
course.
dude. All right, so good. I'll let you know what I find out.
Okay. I still wanna. I'd still like to go talk to Barnabas though.
Oh, right. The letter. Yeah, Bob. Draft him up a letter. Look, tell you what. Jeez. Okay, look. This is, man. I gotta shower. I got some people I'm supposed to see today. Here, look, Bob. This guy needs you to write him a letter. Raj, tell Bob what you need to write in a letter, and then Bob, put my seal on it, and then you guys are good to go. All right.
All
Love
right.
you guys. Anything
Cool.
else I can do for
Awesome.
you guys? Set?
Nope, that's awesome.
Dudes.
I appreciate your time. of
Hey,
course.
great seeing you, man. You're my favorite people. You saved my life. Life debt of mine is to you. I'll see you in your tavern as soon as I get any information, all right? Don't worry. Old Renair is going to help you out.
Awesome.
All right,
Amazing.
dudes.
Enjoy the wine.
Oh, don't worry. I will. In fact, he grabs a bottle on his way out and heads into his chambers to whatever he does in his chambers.
Right.
And
Without cans.
Bob is like, very well, sirs. The letter you need.
Yeah. Just authorizing us to investigate further on the explosion outside the Troll Skull Tavern that was near Rainier.
Yes.
Within the
No,
tavern at the time.
he starts writing, know that the Lord Rainier sends his strongest request to the detectives working in charge of this case that they share any and all information with the person who presents this letter. Failure to do so will result in the dissatisfaction of Lord Rainier, and doing so shall grant his eternal gratitude. How's that?
Okay. Sounds good.
Perfect. Okay, fine. He hits a seal and presses the seal on, rolls it up. Anything else I can do for you, friends of Rainier? Anything else I can do for you this day?
Oh no, that's perfect. Thank you very much. And if you ever want to stop by the tavern as well, know that you're obviously, of course, welcome there. I'd like to hang out.
Yes, I'm sure you would, sir. Good day.
Good day.
You're pretty sure Bob is never, ever, ever going to go anywhere near the tavern. This is
It's always worth a shot. You put feelers out there, and 90% of them are just not going to have anything happen. But the 1% are what makes it worthwhile.
all right. So you guys are taking this letter to the offices of Barnabas.
The investigators.
Yes, the investigators. You get there, and the investigators are there. You're actually able to. I'm shortcutting this. I'm sorry. I'm just want to.
Yeah, that's fine. No, that's fine.
So you're actually able to speak with Barnabas. He is there, and you wait a while, but eventually he sort of brings you into his office, and you come into it. And he's got this small, dingy, cluttered office. There are books and papers and file shelves everywhere. It's a cluttered disaster area. It's dingy. It smells of pipe smoke as you come in, and there's only like 2 lamps that light this room, so it's even kind of dim. And he welcomes you, and he's like, welcome, friends. Welcome. How can I help you? I know you. You are the people from the spirit. No, not the spirit. The tavern. Yes, the tavern. Troll Skull Manor Tavern. Whatever. What are you calling it these days?
Well, the tavern we're calling the Lords of Lions.
Lords of Lions. Yes, Lords of Lions. And he actually fishes around. He pulls out a notepad and he flips. Yes. Okay. So, how can I help? You're here to ask about the investigation, no doubt.
Yes. That's exactly why we're here. I was hoping to get some information on where y'all are, what's going on, if there's anything we can do to help.
Well, he puts that note down and he picks up another book and he flips. He's like, well, I'll tell you. We've got some good leads. We've got some very good leads. We know that there was a creature who apparently set this fire. We suspect that there was some device, some sort of magical device perhaps that was used to detonate this. And
I see.
Yes, we know that there would be leftover evidence from that if our suspicions are correct. We're trying to find that evidence as we speak.
Okay.
This type of evidence, you know it. You probably are familiar with the arcane things. These are magical items. You know, there are items that contain magic, and some of them are necklaces, and they can contain these small beads that can be thrown and exploded to huge balls of fire. We're certain that that's what happened. Are you aware of that?
Okay. So you're looking for a necklace of beads that, when the beads are thrown, causes fire, and you suspect that is the incendiary device that caused the explosion.
Exactly. We need that evidence. We need it.
What about the persons involved?
Well, you see, that's where things get tricky, because it's not really persons involved now, is it? No. And he flips. He's like, apparently there was some sort of construct. Have you ever heard of the nimble rights?
I have heard of nimble rights, yes.
Yes, so apparently, now this is very strange, because nimble rights are not autonomous creatures. They are simply constructs that follow orders given to them. Everyone knows nimble rights can't think for themselves. They're simply obedient constructs. Apparently, this construct is the one who threw this device. Now,
so there's a nimble right that threw the device. What about the...
But now why? Why would he throw the device? That's the question. Now, here's something else that's fairly curious. We have identified in the scene, imagine, if you will, 2 separate groups in this scene, okay? One of the groups is a gnome and a couple of human friends of his. Now, judging by where the bodies fell, and he actually pulls out this whole other book, and he's got these sketches, and there's actually like this whole scene he pulls out. He puts papers down, and he creates each paper is a piece of the scene that's like Troll Skull Alley, all mapped out. Like, if you look here, this group, or these bodies here, were obviously of a single group. They were traveling together. They were the closest to the tavern, and it seems certain that they were headed towards the tavern. That would be the gnome and the 2 humans. Now, this other group here seems to me they are clearly aligned. They carry similar sigils upon themselves. Seems to have been following them, and judging by their positions, they wouldn't have been easy to have been noticed by.
Sigils?
Let's just say that we know that they were grouped together. Fair enough. I'm not at liberty to divulge all of the details of the case. I am merely giving you the large parts that we already know.
Hey, Roy, did he absently, when he did that, did he point to a sigil?
No, he doesn't have one to point to. Like there's remember, he's putting out pages, right, that are just like stick figures drawn on pages and stuff. So he doesn't.
Sure.
Yeah, he was.
So whenever he said, and I'm not there, so I hate to even intervene at all, but whenever he said that we can't share all the details, does he have the letter from Rainier that says you need to share all the details?
Well, the letter doesn't say that technically, but he does not have the letter yet. This is just we may get there.
That was what I was trying to clarify. And yeah, the letter did say share any and all details. Actually, I was paying attention.
Sure. So he says, yeah, so this is a separate group, right? They're not with these guys. They're a separate group, but clearly a group of men. If I had to guess, and I'm good at guessing, let me tell you, I would say that the gnome and his friends were headed towards the tavern. This group was following them, though not close enough to be noticed, but not far enough away that they wouldn't be caught in this calamity. You see what I'm saying here?
Okay.
So,
yes.
So there's two groups here. Now, one group is coming to the tavern, one group is following them. But who are these groups? Now, we know this. There was someone who apparently, from the second group, did not die in the fireball. And this person went to the gnome who was killed, took something from his person, and left the alley to the east.
Do you have a description of that guy?
We have a fair description, I suppose. Yes, there were a couple people who caught sight of him. He was a... yes, I have a description of him.
Because I've been discussing it with Lord Rainier, who was in the tavern at the time.
Lord Neverember. Ah, yes. Well, we saw him. We spoke with him, of course, though briefly. If, when one cannot detain a lord very much.
He was hoping that, since it was right outside our tavern, we wanted to help our community, and he was all for it. He wanted to see, or he was hoping, and I present him with the letter, that you would be able to assist us in just kind of sharing what you know.
Yes, well,
I
feel, he looks over briefly. He's like, oh, yes, well, you are clearly friends with Lord Neverember. That is, congratulations, right? We can't all be friends with lords. But I feel like I'm giving you everything that we currently know. It's an open investigation. No secrets here, really.
I was hoping for the sigil and the description of the person, because maybe it'll help jog one of somebody's memory, or
Sure. Let me get the description. The description is... Hang on. Hang on. Yes. Well, okay. So the sigil. Well, there were more tattoos. Okay, look. Have you heard of the Zentarum organization? There is... Oh, well, that makes this much easier then. Yes, the second group, the one I mentioned, they bore the signs of the Zentarum.
Oh, okay.
So my guess is that they were following the group with the gnome, who apparently had some object. The man that was with the Zentarum group who survived, he is a large, heavy-set man in his 40s. And he gives you a sort of description you can use to identify him. He is apparently the one that witnesses saw search the gnome, seemingly take something from his person, and then leave the scene. Now, I know that that's a lot to get, and yes, you're right. We have clearly been killing this case. We have found so much information in such a short window of time. I feel like we're really close to solving this entire thing. So don't worry. The City Watch is on this case, and we will solve it.
That's your McDrago, Tony.
As you can see, we have traced. I mean, we have all this information. We have found all of this.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all are really on the job.
If we can just find that small nimblewright or this Zentarum fellow, but unfortunately, those trails have run cold for us so far. If you, citizen, could find any information that could help us, it certainly would do it would go a long way to reviving or helping this investigation, rather.
Certainly, if there's anything that we can share, we will, of course, provide
share?
that information.
Of course, you know that as a citizen of Waterdeep, it is your lawful duty to share any and all information. Not sharing with information or withholding information or evidence is a serious criminal offense.
Yeah, that's why I said can. Not could or would.
I see. Oh, I see. I misspoke. Pardon me. I'm under a lot of stress. This is a very big investigation. I'm under a lot of stress to solve this. Dead bodies piling up is not a good thing.
It's not.
No, especially for something like this.
How many people died? We only had the one gnome that died, right?
No.
Oh, no. There were like 10 people that died. There were the 3 people from, well, there was a gnome and his 2 friends. There were 4 people in this other group. The one survived. So 3 and 3. And then there were a few different bystanders that died.
Okay.
Including a child and one old lady named Ruth.
Not Ruthie.
Auntie Ruth!
Tipping the hat to the edgelords.
Have you used any magic like Speak with Dead on the second group to find out any information from there?
Speak with Dead? Well, you see, that's a little tricky. And that's where we get into legal issues. For the city to speak with the dead, we generally have to contact the family of the deceased in order to obtain their permission. You can't just go around speaking with dead people all the time. It's not in the regulations. So we are not officially allowed to do such things, unfortunately.
What about an unofficial investigation?
I would be part of no such thing. I work for the city. I am dutiful to the city. And if there were an unofficial investigation that turned up additional information I could use, I would certainly expect to know about it.
Do you know where the bodies are being stored while they're being...
As he checks at his fingernails.
Uh-huh. Do we know where the bodies are currently located?
Well, the city morgue, of course. I mean, where else would they be?
Would unofficial investigators with the writ from Lord Rainier be able to gain access?
Friend, look, let me just be clear. I am not allowed to do this. I am not allowed to have any part of this.
I understand. I am not asking you
yes.
to be involved. I'm merely positing a hypothetical question.
I don't have those answers. I only would have to insist that were any information found out, that information must be turned over to the city investigators.
As is lawful.
As is lawful. I think we are in agreement.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I'm glad for your time.
Chris, are you being genuine or duplicitous with this guy?
For what? That if we find information, that we'll give it to him?
Yes.
Actually, I want to be genuine, but I don't speak for the entire party. So I guess
I'm
in
asking
some
you
way,
what your intention is right now.
my intention, if we can put the Manchun Zents under the eye of the City Watch.
Yeah. No. I'm sorry. I'm saying just with Barnaby, like with your personal interaction with him. Are you being genuine with him, or are you sort of being deceitful with him?
He wants to know which check you should roll, persuasion or deception.
No, I'm being genuine with him, I think.
Okay, maybe a persuasion check, please. I guess I can ask for that. Let me do this. This is so cool. This is my favorite thing. Hang on.
You want it in the tower or just
like that.
Oh, right.
Just click the button.
I just push the button.
Button.
Oh no.
All right. So he seems genuine, or he seems moderately sort of happy with this interaction, but he's not completely convinced. So he's sort of like, and you could like talking with this guy. He talks a lot and such, but your impression, and this is why I give these sort of character things, by the way, because I very often do not portray the right type of personality. Talking with this guy, your take from him is that he is like this super lawful dude who is dedicated to solving crimes and figuring things out. Like he is just the sort of like cliche, good detective of the city. And he recognizes that there may be gray areas sometimes, but by and large, he is a follow the rules kind of guy. So he seems to have put some moderate sort of faith that you are also a person who would follow the rules and give him the information he needs, especially. Roll me an insight. Hang on.
Hopefully skeptical.
All right, do me some insight check.
He wants to trust you, but he doesn't.
Yeah, and well, with your 16 insight, you'll recognize that he's looking. He's
probing for.
And it's probably the reservation that you voice. The reservation you voice that you don't speak for the party that made you less perceptive, actually, or persuasive, actually.
Maybe he may be looking for some leads at this point. How about that? Like he may sort of be looking at the end of his list of ideas and is looking for some ideas or some leads for where to go.
So you asked me, and I was just thinking about this. You asked me earlier if I knew who the Zents were, and you, and I do. I've heard of them. I know, but one thing that I've learned in my looking around is that aside from your normal gang Zents versus Zants kind of thing, there's actually a second Zentarum group that is currently operating in Waterdeep.
Like a splinter cell.
Like a splinter cell that's beholden to the Archmage Manchun.
You throw around a lot of names that not many people are familiar with, citizen.
Yeah, I'm a bard. I hear things.
I see. I've heard
that is 100% true.
I've heard these things, but I mean, let's face it, the Zentarum are, at the end of the day, all working for the Zentarum organization. And they're not good people. None of them. Right? Do we care whether they are this splinter cell or that splinter cell? The truth is, the Zentarum are an evil organization. and they're infiltrated in our city, and they're fighting on the streets with the Xanathar. Bodies are piling up.
Well, that's part of where I kind of found out that there are 2 splinter cells. Apparently, a lot of this blood in the streets is really being perpetrated by the Manchus to make your normal criminal element look bad.
Worse. Or to actually draw your attention to them, maybe.
Chris,
away from themselves.
Roll me persuasion, Chris. Actually, give it. Well, I was gonna say actually give it advantage since Tony's helping you out. So just roll it again. You know
your button.
You know, well, look, you don't have to do the button. Like, you can still do your own thing. The button's an easy option. He's like, you know, there's something to that. I hear that. I've heard of this, but truth is, gangs in the city are just bad news. And the more I can root them out, the more I can bring them to justice. I shall count on that.
Of course.
Good luck, friends. I'm glad you came here. I feel like you have, well, if you find out anything, let me know.
Will indeed.
Yes. All right. So, next steps. So this is sort of most of a day today. All right. More plans. Other plans? Ideas?
Everybody's got to meet at the Troll Skull at some point.
So, yeah,
All right.
so we
Let's
reconvene.
Let's do evening at the Troll Skull, Elliott.
Yeah, so we reconvene at Troll Skull Manor at the Lords of Lions Tavern. And before
In the
I...
kitchen.
Well,
I'm
so
working on my recipe, Roy.
Oh, are you?
And we,
Yeah.
and we
You actually get there just- I'm sorry.
We frequently
Quick aside.
retire to... Oh,
I'm sorry. Quick aside. You actually get there just as
Moira?
Moira
is she's like, you know, taking off her apron and putting on her street clothes and counting her nibs and stuff for the day. You get there just as she's, you know, basically getting off of shift and she's done, and she's counting them. She's like, oh, hi Raj, how's it going?
Hi. Hey, you're just getting off of work, huh?
Oh man, yeah, it was a busy day today. Good day, Raj. I just want to say, shit's high pitched voice. I just want to say, thank you for getting me on here. This is a good gig and it's a good place. I mean, the ghost is kind of weird, but once you get to know him, he's actually super cool. Like, he totally helps you out, and like, he even has your back sometimes. Like, there was this guy who was looking at my. You know how the guys are, right? And like all of a sudden, the dude's drink falls on him in his lap. That wasn't an accident. That was Leaf. Leaf's my buddy. We got that. He's got my back. And yeah. So anyway, I know I'm just babbling. Sorry. But it's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good. I've gotta meet the other guys for like important adventure stuff, and I'm gonna be starting my stew. I don't know. You never came around. You've never been around my house, but my family has this great stew recipe that I'm going to be adding to the evening menu like once a week.
Oh, I love stew.
I know, right?
You think I can help you with the recipe? I mean, I'm not really a good cook, but like, I can, you know, like, I don't know, do easy stuff. Like, I don't know, get stuff, like fetch stuff that you need.
Sure. Well, tonight's not good, but I'm going to be working on it again tomorrow because it's not quite ready yet. Do you want to help me tomorrow?
I suppose. You know, I don't mind. I could like grab a drink or something at the bar while you're doing your whatever stuff, and then when you want to work on your recipe, we could. But I mean, tomorrow works too.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll just go hang out with Leaf and we'll chat.
Log up a glass. Maybe he'll talk.
Yeah, he doesn't act. He's so weird, man. Like that guy. He's like you think you're friends with him, but then I don't know. It's weird,
no,
like having this person that you can't talk to. I mean, you could talk to him and he hears you, but he doesn't talk back. And sometimes you're just talking to the air. It's I don't know. Jeez, I don't know.
You should see Elroth trying to play cards with him. It's hilarious.
I bet that's awesome. All right, well, look. Yeah, no, I got nowhere to be tonight. And I had a good day, so maybe I'll have like a drink or two at the bar, and when you're ready to do this too, like, let me know.
Sure, that sounds great.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll be at the bar. And she like
okay
runs off quickly.
Okay, I go meet the guys.
All right, meet the guys.
So what'd y'all learn?
Wait, we need music or something.
Well, we haven't done anything yet. So usually what we do is retire to the second floor, but I look around and I just want to observe: is the tavern, is the bar empty tonight, or do we have a decent crowd?
You guys, I mean, by and large, you guys have a middling crowd. You know, it's not banging. It's not, we can, let's see, on a scale of 1 to 6, tonight is a 1, so pretty sparse. So yeah, a few people, or few people having dinner or drinks, but not many.
Yeah, are they familiar faces? Are they new faces? The reason I'm asking,
you don't hang out in the bar. Everybody in the bar is basically a new face to you.
Yeah. So okay.
I mean, you spend no time here, so
we spend a lot of time upstairs talking, doing it. So I'm kind of hesitant to have any real quest related conversations down in the bar. I would want to steer the group upstairs. I'd say maybe we should go to our floor.
Yeah, so as you guys are talking about, like, downstairs, Leaf is like bringing the usual drinks to the table. They're like, the usual drinks are floating across the bar to the table, and they sort of pause.
I kind of have a thing afterwards, so no, come on, Leaf, I'm good.
Okay.
I think he wants help.
He was just like they're trying to figure out. So the usual drinks land at the table, at your usual table, and it's a table like in the corner, like it's just set away from the ruckus of the bar.
I mean, you just said we never hang out in here, and now you're saying we got a usual table. I mean,
but we do. Elroth commissioned a table specifically.
I know. I'm just messing with
you. Yeah, I'm saying, like, usually you guys are off adventuring and stuff. Like, it's not like you spend every night sitting in your tavern watching the regulars. Like, you guys are usually off doing different things. I generally assume each morning you guys kind of meet for breakfast, like to kind of whatever. But
all right. So fine. So I don't know.
You can sit with facing the bar if it makes you feel better.
I fog up my glass and I ask Leaf, are these people good people? Just, are these people trustworthy? The guests in the tavern. And I fog up my glass and set it back down.
We can have some type of noise if you're worried about that.
Yeah, Leaf tells you they're as reliable as the usual Tuesday night crowd is. Like it's
nothing weird going on tonight. As far as our very old and wise ghost friend can tell, there's nothing unusual tonight. That's good. That's fine.
All right. All right. Look. Is it possible to take a 2-minute break? Like, I seriously just need to pee and refill a drink. Like 2 minutes. Don't disappear.
Fine.
All right.
Fine. I'm gonna disappear.
BRB. 2 minutes.
I will be
All right, the black knife is.
All right, so the black knife is when you're traveling. It's always concealed. It's in a place. It's your dagger for if your sword, if you get disarmed or something, you still have like your backup dagger, and so it's concealed. Hence the moniker that it's a black knife. It's the concealed knife. But when a Highlander or a Scottish traveler would enter a friend's home, out of courtesy for their host, they would leave their sword at the door. But because they never knew if an outside raider would attack them while they were having dinner or whatever they were doing, they would always have their black knife upon them, and they would take it from like under their arm or in their pocket or whatever.
In their sock.
And they would.
It's worn in the sock.
And you would put it into your stocking. With the gem, the little bling bling sticking up, so that your host, because you're not trying to deceive your host and tell your host that you're unarmed. It's a courtesy. You're saying,
it's taking way longer than I thought it would.
You're saying, I have this weapon on me, and I'm not concealing it from you. I'm just keeping it here in case we're raided. And everybody does that. So that's what the black knife is.
I thought it was just in case I got a letter while I was there. If I got a letter, I'm like, oh, look, I got it.
Well, so
and you open the letter, and that's it.
The way they ship it to you is only as sharp as a letter opener, but any person with Scottish blood would go ahead and sharpen that blade to where it's a useful cutting device.
This blade, this is like an $8. This is an $8 thing. This is not going to sharpen. It's plastic. It's like there's no sharp.
Well, although I have a very similar model to what you're showing on screen.
Oh, actually, it is stainless China. Made in stainless Chinese steel.
It's crap. It's crap Chinese stainless steel. However, my crap Chinese stainless steel skiing dude does have a sharp edge on it.
All I'm saying is.
I
might cut a bitch.
Any Scottish descendant would definitely sharpen that cheap ass blade so that you got something.
All right. Well, as soon as
blade, shillelagh.
As soon as my ancestry shows Scottish descent, I will get to sharpening.
Oh, yours has none.
Yes.
You are Swedish.
You're right.
You are not Scottish.
I know.
You are not Scottish. And if it's not Scottish, it's crap.
It's crap.
What about Vikings?
All right, nerds. So, in the tavern, you guys are chit-chatting. Drinks are served. Boom. It is evening in the tavern. It's a slow night. Hang on, we got that. One out of 6 slow night.
Hey, Raj, what did you find out? We got a few leads.
I'm going to play the seedy tavern, almost empty.
I know who the dead dwarf was. I know why he was coming here. I know what was taken from the person. I know the group that took it.
We know who to find out who threw the item, and a way to track it.
Yes, a nibble right.
Yes, and we have a way to track it.
Oh, we didn't. That's nice.
And we have a 500 dragon commission to remove the nimble right.
Oh.
So if we take care of the nimble right problem, we will earn some more favor with a certain friendly high priestess, I guess. What is she?
High priestess.
She's a priestess, yes. You don't. I mean, you
don't. Yeah, we'll
she didn't give herself a rank. She just,
But
we'll get some more brownie points with the priestess, and 500 gold, and a magic item.
So here's the gist of it, is that the construct that we are searching for is not an authorized, not condoned by the House
the temple.
of Inspired Hands. The House of Inspired Hands. This is not one of their creations, and it was created by somebody not in their clergy. Not an acolyte, not a priest, and is not sanctioned by them. And so But because of what it is, it would definitely put a shame on them if it was connected. So we've been offered such a reward to both neutralize the threat and being wrongly connected with such an aberration.
Okay.
Well-
So apparently, the gnome, whose name is Delacar, was being sent to us with something called the Stone of Galore. And he was going to try to commission us to take the stone and bring it to Lord Neverember in
Neverwinter.
Neverember in Neverwinter.
Yep.
Why wouldn't we give it to his son Rainier, who's a Never Ember locally?
Because Rainier doesn't want to have anything to do with his dad.
Well, wouldn't he want the stone if it's something with Never Ember?
Rainier's the one who told us about it.
Oh,
Yeah, apparently that the
We went to Rainier to get this writ
gotcha.
so that we could work on the case. Although Barnabas Blastwind is looking for leads. I fed him the Manchun Zents, since they're the ones who actually were following Delacar to us. And one of them is a 40-year-old. I give the description.
Right.
Heavy set,
Who? Huh?
heavy set human.
Right. Well, there's a whole description that Roy didn't give me that I'm now giving to you. So, yeah,
That was-
he's the one who took the stone. Well, what assumedly took the stone from Delacar's pocket and escaped. The other three that were following Delacar and his entourage of 2 people, they all died.
yes, this guy was actually part of the Zens, apparently, but the Manchun.
Well, we're assuming that is part of the Manchun sense.
Right.
So we need to go talk to Yagra to see if. Well, do we? Well, Yagra would know. We wouldn't know.
Well,
we didn't see
know.
this guy in that other group that went to go see the Red Wizard, did we?
Other group.
Remember the
Oh,
group of
yeah,
Manchun?
no.
We okay.
Who's not part of that escort?
Hey boy, this description that's been laid out by this guy doesn't fit a McDrago by chance, huh?
It does not.
Okay.
Then again, Alter Self could make all this useless anyway.
It's true, but McDrago's
So-
not known to have that stuff. So.
Okay, so Yagra's 1 roll. A Nimble Wright's a 2nd roll. Anything else?
You hate to do it, but you could go to what's his name, Schemo.
No, I don't want to deal with him yet.
Yeah.
Unless y'all have a reason to.
There's
I
no
would-
reason to go to Schemo. There's no reason to go to Schemo at all.
Hey,
I agree. I think at some point, I think that Schemo understands the whole story way better than we do. And if we need to know something, I think that he'll send us a message. I don't think he'll come personally, because as Uncle Lucky mentioned,
The Schemo thread may be totally unrelated.
I think the Schemo thread was he screwed us.
I don't believe for a second it's unrelated, but I believe that Schemo is going to, even though Uncle Lucky says he's a dick, I think he'll come through when he needs to come through, and we don't need to bother him, and I don't want to.
Okay, what lead are we following then? The
Well-
Nimble Wright or the
I'll go with the Nimble Right.
Manchun? I mean,
Was actually the one who threw the necklace, apparently.
on somebody's orders, and
Right.
so-
We think it's most likely the Zents.
and so at the House of Inspired Hands, we also received a tool that will help us, except it's only useful in close proximity. We have a nimble right detector. It's a device, and I pull it out and I show. And actually, no, I don't pull it out. Let me rephrase that. I describe it and say I wouldn't reveal it in this place.
You pulled it out.
Yeah.
So when do we want to track the nimble right? Do we want to do it at night or during the day?
And I think
want-
that.
Do you want to be
I
walking
think we
around the
should
city
do-
with that?
I think that the nimble right's best camouflage is during the day. It attacked us during the day. Nimble rights are common during the day when people are awake. I think daytime is when it would attract the least notice. So
Right, it would attract the least notice, but it's also the most likely time where it would be on the move.
it was on the move during the day. It came in
So-
fireball.
Right.
during the
We
So
don't
we
want it
want
to
to
be on
track
the
it
move.
at night.
We want to track it on at night, where it will be obvious to us if the nimble right is moving about or if it starts running.
Boy, how common are nimble rights in Waterdeep?
Exceedingly rare.
Exceedingly rare.
only amongst nobles.
Not
So
even nobles.
it'd be-
Like it's
it'd be
like
very-
nimble rights are like a super rare Lamborghini, right? I mean, not even like every noble does not own a nimble right. They're exceedingly rare.
All right, so it should be that pretty easy to find with this nimble right finder if they're that rare. Of course, as long as we're not looking for the Temple of Gond, where they would be.
How
Does
long
that
would it
give you
take
the-
us to do a walk around the city? Roy?
Whole city.
Oh God.
No, I mean reasonably. Like if you wanted to just like trot through the city, whether we used a
We wanna
light
canvas.
horse or
Yeah, if we were to canvass the city with our
how
single
quick?
right detector, 'cause at this
Walking through the city.
Because
right,
we
wait,
don't
hang
know
on.
the range. If we could figure
You don't
out
know
what
the range?
we don't. You didn't tell us the range. I guess we could figure it out walking
Is it
back
not on
from the
the
Temple
item?
of God.
let me see if it's in the item description.
Well, here's the thing: we could actually start going to the west, or I'm gonna say the east, where the guy left.
Well, wait. Identify. Do we have identify?
By the way, my character's looking impatient.
I'm assuming you
500
guys are
feet.
gonna cast identify.
When the activated device comes within 500 feet of a nimble right other than Nim, the umbrella begins to spin, whir, and click. The spinning, whirring, and clicking accelerates as the distance to the target lessens, but it doesn't react to Nim. So,
It reacts to
quick
them.
question.
It reacts to them. Ignore that.
Okay. Okay.
So 500 feet, that's actually
500
pretty
feet.
decent.
So probably better part of a 10-day to walk through the city, like through the streets of Waterdeep.
Covering
Days.
1,000 feet
Days at
at a
least.
time.
Days at least. It's a big city and it's crowded. Yeah. Days at least.
Well, that's what I was thinking at night. Could we like take a carriage or something? How quick could we search, and where would we search?
I would think we're looking probably most likely for the Monsoon. Can we go back to where we tracked the Monsoon down in that alley where we actually killed the other two interrogators of Pot and start
That's
there?
possible.
Is that towards the east from here?
The interrogators of who?
Pot, the dwarf.
Oh no, that's actually south.
Southeast.
Way south. Yeah, like far south. From here.
Well, that's an option. We can start there and see if it's that way,
Yeah,
or we
no,
can
you guys
start
are-
from.
You guys can definitely do the walk through the streets. It'd be one of those things where, you would tell me what your sort of matrix is, what your plan is, and then we'll figure out how long it takes.
All right. So here's
But,
two two directions that we'd want to think about: going east from Troll Skull, or going from where the Monsoon were actually located last time.
Why don't y'all go ask Iagra, and then while y'all are there, ask...
Yeah, we can search as we're going there.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's a good idea.
So we're just walking to the Yanni portal and looking for a nimble right, if we can see its direction.
And so what we're gonna do as
500 foot range is a lot. Like that's,
pretty significant. What I think we should do is carry with us a map of Waterdeep, and we should mark on it anytime, and I'll just try to sort of surreptitiously keep the item activated, and just whenever it starts to get an indication, we just mark on the map when there's a nimble right near, and we'll get like locations, because there are nimble rights. They're exceedingly rare, but there are more than one, and we don't want to jump to conclusions. So
Right.
when we note that there are nimble rights present, let's just note that there are nimble rights present here. So
all right. So, anybody have a definite plan, like, or for me, like,
I have a plan.
I bet you do.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
gonna go talk to Iagra. Is that what you're gonna say, Chris?
What?
Huh?
No, he's going to go visit his little friend.
I'm gonna go make stew.
That's what they call it nowadays.
Chris has some cooking to do.
He's got to stir it up. Stir it up.
All right. So, so as far as plans for tomorrow, what's the nimble right plan, or like what's the? If you guys can give me some sort of concrete.
Well, I think it's not even a tomorrow thing. I think tonight they're going to...
Oh, tonight they are.
If you want to catch Iagra,
Well,
yeah,
you have to catch her at night, right?
Right.
She's usually like an evening kind of person, yeah. So what are we talking to Yagra about? I'm sorry, I'm not sure how she got involved.
I don't have any recollection of that, but I'm going.
If she knows anybody in the Zen org on Lucky's side that fits the description we got, or if we could definitely sort of narrow it down to, hey, this is the Manchun side.
I gotcha. Who's going to Yanni Portal for that?
I'm going, and I'm bringing my little nimble right detector.
All right.
I'm not.
John?
I'll go.
All right.
Us three.
Delmonte?
Everybody except Roginald and Elroth.
Elroth is still studying a spell.
All right.
Elroth.
So Elroth is whatever. Yeah. So Roginald, you are making stew with Moira. Moira is the worst cook in the world, but
I didn't say she was cooking. I'm just asking her to get things, and
yeah.
then helping her get things. Like, oh no, this is the Majora.
Oh, right. Yeah. So you're like a super famous adventurer, right? Like,
I don't know about super famous.
I mean, like you and your friends, you're like doing like secret adventurer stuff, and like that's so exciting. I couldn't do that. Like adventure, like don't adventurers always die? Isn't that the thing? You always die.
I'm not dead yet.
True. Well,
So far, so good.
I'm glad you're not dead, Roginald.
Thank you.
All right, so Roginald, you make stew. Roginald,
Yes.
throw me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. That's an interesting request.
How about a 23?
Reginald, I don't want to get
Yeah.
too far into the weeds here, but I'll say that the night is yours. However you'd like this night to end up.
There is some food romance, but not like the sexing or anything.
All right.
Taking
Sure,
it
sure.
slow. That's the Roginald way.
I hear you. Yeah, she's not like, she's not, coming on to you at all, but she's clearly, at least now, finally interested. And yeah, you may have, may have been able to take this night a different way, but all right, right on.
Roginald actually doesn't even he hasn't romanced many people.
Yeah.
He's been too busy doing his own thing.
All right, so Roginald had the chance, and so you really just actually make stew.
No, well, I'm sure there was some. There was likely some snogging.
Really?
Bitchy.
Uh-oh, hang on.
Light snogging.
Light snogging.
Locate. It's
Got
like
it.
real estate, though. Location.
All right, at the Yawning Portal, you guys get to Iagra. I'm actually gonna cut this really short because we've done this scene so many times. What do you guys want to know from Iagra?
Just if she knows this guy, if it's in Lucky's side of the organization.
Yeah, unfortunately, it takes a while to go across town to get the Yawning Portal. You have a drink.
Good. Any luck of hitting a nimble right on the way?
There's none, actually. No nimble right that just sits there dead.
In a beeline between the Lords of Lions and the Yawning Portal, there is no nimble right.
No nimble rights. That's right.
Maybe close.
Iagra does not know this person. She's like, he must be one of them.
Okay, that's what we figured. But
If
we
you
just wanted to make sure.
if you find him, bring him here. I'll handle the rest.
Do we still have any idea who the next in line from Lucky?
Any word from Lucky?
Well, I mean, yes, of course. There's lots of word from Lucky. I mean, he's he's in prison. He's fine. They got nothing to pin on him. Believe me, Davil knows his shit. He always covers his trail. They're putting him in jail. They're just trying to strong arm him, trying to flip something.
Sure.
He'll be out soon. They can't pin anything on him. Don't worry. So
We know how Waterdeep justice is. If they had pinned him, they'd have sentenced him and beat that.
Oh no. So interesting thing about Waterdeep justice. Waterdeep is a city of justice. It really is. The laws and the justice system in Waterdeep genuinely work. They really do. And that's sort of part of why she's, in this case, confident he's not going to suffer any consequences, is because they don't have evidence. They don't have proof. They're basically arresting him, trying to find proof, but
circumstantial evidence.
yes.
Did we ever find out what he's charged with?
Murder.
Yeah, murder.
Yeah, they're trying to charge him with murder. They're trying to say he's responsible for the murders, but the truth is, they got nothing. They came in, they strung on him. They wanted to make a big scene because everybody's dying. People are in the streets. I mean, people die. Come on, Jesus, people die. But they want to try to find the culprit, find the bad guy, and they're trying to make Davil the bad guy. Davil covers his shit, and they can't do that without the proper evidence. He'll be out any day now. No worries on Davil. He's fine.
Okay. Then I guess that's it for the night, unless somebody has a better idea. And I guess we're going to start searching the town for a nimble right starting tomorrow.
All right.
I guess
How?
head toward the Temple of Gond, because that's where we last saw it run.
Well, Temple of God, there's a nimble right in the Temple of Gond. But
Yes, but if we catch anything outside the temple, because we also know Nim does not leave the temple.
Well, and there's a fair chance, that Nim's construct would want to stay close to Nim, even if, just out of some sort of an innate, just an innate quality about the construct. If it has no master, it would stay close to the creator, sort of a concept, maybe.
Yeah. Well, just as a point of whatever. If I mean, anytime you guys go near the Temple of God, your nimble right detector is going to go off.
Will go off.
Like,
Right.
that's
So
just...
so I will stay more than 500 feet away from the Temple of God.
Okay.
And do a perimeter walk so that I don't get false reads because of NIM. Like, I would just stay 500 feet away.
All right, so how are you... give me some idea for how you're going to try to canvass the entire city of Waterdeep with this
So the first
detector.
The first action would be to walk a perimeter around the House of Inspired Hands, where I maintain
Every time you go around... Well, I mean... Yeah.
where I maintain a 500-foot separation from their grounds.
Oh, okay. All right, that could take a while. All right, fine.
It's going to be a long walk, but I'll maintain a perimeter 500 feet away from the temple and from the House of Inspired Hands, and first just sweep that area. And then I think that Delaquin had a good idea of starting with the region where we encountered the Manchun Zits when we intercepted the Red Wizard. You know, just start out in that area and work our way from there south to the southern edge of the city and then back north.
I see the thing right where the other Manchun group was, but instead of trying that sweep, if you look at the main map, they have that huge road that cuts straight through Waterdeep. Shouldn't we just try straight up that road to begin with? I mean, there's one all the way from the field ward all the way through the whole thing, and then you have like 3 other major roads. Shouldn't we at least try the major roads? I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to go down them. I mean, how much is a cheap pony or something? Because that'd be quicker than walking.
A pony would be quicker than walking. If only it could fly.
So the other philosophy that I would think we should want to interject here is that we should focus in our search. We need to know where all the richest houses are and kind of avoid them. So like I like using the idea of major roads. We're looking for a Nimblewright in a place where a Nimblewright isn't suspected. So I'm looking for a Nimblewright in an extremely rich house. You would expect to have a Nimblewright. We're looking for a construct that Nim made that wasn't bought by a major lord. We're looking for a construct that wasn't bought by a regular major house, a regular major rich family. So I want to find a Nimblewright where a Nimblewright shouldn't be. So we can eliminate for our first search the rich people and go along major roads and kind of ignore the places where rich people are and look for a Nimblewright in a poor community. Look for a Nimblewright where it doesn't belong.
So our detection at 500 feet is what? Fifth of a mile? Is it a mile? No, a mile's 5,000 feet, right?
Yeah, roughly.
So it's a tenth of a mile. So we have a block range. We have a 2-block range.
It's 2 football fields.
It's 500 feet to the left and 500 feet to the
All
right.
right. So look, you guys want to canvass the entire city. Fine, I get it.
But
we don't. We want to find a Nimblewright.
We
Right.
want to start with intelligent locations such as the perimeter around the House of Inspired Hands, and then the location where we encountered known Manchu Zits. The warehouse, for example, the warehouse that Roginald's currently trying to own, and the alleyway where we encountered the others.
All right, so House of Inspired Hands. All right, so let's do section by section. Each section will do a day. Does anybody have anything besides Nimblewright detection they want to do in a given day?
If possible, research on the Sword Hill.
Yeah, downtime. Got that.
anybody have to go if Elliott's doing this every day? Do you need escort, Elliott, or can you go by yourself?
I'm fine with going.
We
going.
Oh, I
really
think
should
you
go
should at least.
as two people minimum.
So,
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I'm fine with
The teams.
but if I've
So
got
let's say
company-
we'll do like a section per day or something like that. So first day, you head over.
I can speed part of this up too,
All right.
because I could use locate object, which gives me a 1,000-foot range in both directions. Because I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a nimble right.
Yeah, we don't even need a nimble right detector.
So that gives me 1,000 feet in each direction for 10 minutes at a time. That's the problem. It's not a long duration, but that's 3 times a day. So that's a half an hour. So if I can get a small pony or something, I could probably cover a crap load of area quick.
I wouldn't waste your spells on that.
I have nothing else to do in downtime.
Well, but
All right. It's fine. It's
Does
fine.
it
It's fine.
cost me?
if you find
So-
a nimble right, you might need the spells.
Tell you what,
So
you
I
guys tell me. Obviously, we want to search the city for the number rights. Okay, we're gonna find the number rights. So the first objective is around the Temple of God. Second objective is what?
I'd
Right
be
now, just trying to get in Moira's pants, but respectfully.
I would do the second where we found the monsoon and the hideout where it was.
But that is going to take us more than a few hours if we're just
The
searching.
Manchun. Where? Wait, what?
Where the 2 rogues were there torturing Ott. Where we found.
Oh, that's
followed
way south,
all
though.
the
That's
others.
way south, like way down to the dock ward.
And that don't mean also that they're even in the city. Waterdeep's
true.
just the main city. They may not even anywhere near here.
By this time, they could have even left the city, but
Did somebody make friends with that Griffin rider?
Elliott did.
Elroth kind of did,
No,
yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't
Elroth
make-
kinda
I
did.
didn't make friends with any Griffin riders. They took me to jail.
Well, that kind of friend, you know. They were
The other
less
kind.
than you.
Crap. Oh well, and we don't have flies, so yeah. we're
Elroth
screwed.
is not
Currently
here.
unavailable.
Yeah,
Well, what do
he's
you
unavailable.
need? If we need to use Elroth, I mean,
Well, I didn't know
Whatever.
if maybe we could use the Griffin ride. You know, if we could get maybe, some way to get the ride with the Griffin riders and scope the city quick. But I guess that's not really a feasibility. Because otherwise, we'd have to bring in the watch and everything else, probably. So that's the one thing we don't want to do,
Yeah, we don't
if at all.
well, you guys actually have some rep with the Lord's Alliance.
even though we
We also, we have City Guard rep. We have Lord's Alliance rep.
And the Lord's Alliance,
Ooh, that's an easy mark actually.
yeah, you could. You could use your rep. You could use your rep of the Lord's Alliance if you wanted to find your way. And again, I'm shortcutting to whatever. Find your way to hire a Griffin rider for a day.
How long would it take? A day?
I mean, a Griffin could cover the city half a day, easy, like no problem.
But also, would we want to talk to the Lord's Alliance? How snooty are they?
Very.
Well,
Depends
I'm
on who you
asking-
talk to. I mean,
I'm asking the DM.
I mean, we could always ask Mert.
no,
Well,
Mert's a Harper, not a Lord's Alliance.
So,
Oh.
he would.
We
he
need
would-
Jalister.
So the reason I'm asking is, are the Lord's Alliance are they a faction of rich people who would wonder how somebody who didn't deserve a nimble right had a nimble right? Are they the kind of people who would notice, hey, wait a minute, you're not one of us. How do you have that? You got a Lamborghini on a dung squeaker salad.
The Lords Alliance is basically a group of lords, if you can imagine that, who are working together to preserve the realm, right? To preserve the benefit of the realm. They want to ensure.
They want status quo because in status quo they're lords.
Yes.
They don't want that.
Yes, of course. I mean, but they,
So let's see how much a griffin ride for a day would cost.
All right, so you have rep of the Lords Alliance. That's fine. For the low price of 50 dragons, they could put you on the back of a guard who has to patrol the city for a while.
Okay, so for 50 dragons, we could wipe this search the city in one day.
Yes, actually.
Anybody against taking it out of party treasure?
That's fine.
No, I'm good with that.
I'm not against it.
Wait, that means I have to do
Take-
something.
There it is.
Take it out of our tavern.
Shit. All right, hold on. Oh, you guys are under 300. Look at that.
Yep.
298. No.
You had 348. You said 50, right?
Yep, you're right.
Does anybody? Yeah, but we're gonna earn 300 in a minute anyway.
No,
No, you just earned 300. You earned
Yeah,
300
couple
in
of,
30 days, buddy.
no, we're going on more than that in 30 days because we're upgrading the tavern.
Plus, we're not going to make 500 gold pieces.
All right, so since you have employed the city watch, you can do the whole city in one day. How do we resolve this?
Show us where all the nimble rights are by pins on the map.
All right, I suppose. All right, let me just list them out. There is a Nimblewright in the Temple of Gond. There is a Nimblewright in the Castellanter estate. There is a
Castellanter?
Castellanter.
Okay, so hold on. So I'm putting a nimble right note. Nimble rights.
Hang on. Temple of Gond, Castellanter estate. There is a Nimblewright in the. Oh, what the hell's it called? Hang on. Why is that on this map?
Don, we know his Nim.
There's a Nimblewright in the the Blackstaff's Tower.
We know that one's safe.
Hang on.
Don't brainstorming. You don't judge.
Gron, Castellanter, Blackstaff. There is a Nimblewright on a ship in the port, way to the south of the dock ward.
That's suspicious.
And there is a Nimblewright in a small estate. I've done this poorly. There is. How can I just?
I assume we weren't supposed to tackle it this way.
No, this is fine. I'm just the wording.
Number right in the meadery where Elroth is supposed to burn the widow's house.
Be ironic.
Well, she did have constructs, so no, it wouldn't really.
That would
It
be
would make sense.
That'd be awesome if she turned out to be way more,
Yeah, right.
way more significant in this.
We could have dealt with her earlier on. That wouldn't happen, but we decided not to.
But I don't think that's what we're doing.
I don't think so.
That would be the iron Y.
I don't have a better way to. Whatever. Fine. There is a villa. There is a villa on the. Jeez. On the eastern side of town.
And that's the way that guy went east.
There's a villa on the eastern side of town, not too far from the north gate, that also has a nimble right.
Okay, so it's either going to. So Castellanter, who's that? Do we know that? I assume that's a well-known Waterdeep family. Bless you.
Well,
That's
sorry.
twice.
Just put that anywhere.
Now your foot has COVID. Damn. Bless you.
That one sounded like you threw up.
That was a rough one.
I think I'm okay.
This would actually be a good time to sneeze.
Castellanters are a legendary family of Waterdeep. They are perhaps the richest family in Waterdeep. They, hold on.
Damn, dude. Allergy season.
What the hell?
He's allergic to bourbon.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
That
a dead
sucks.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
stop.
had the Castellanters had fallen into some sort of disrespect.
God bless you.
Bless you.
I think we're almost
Yet?
done. I think we're done for the night.
So we'll have to pick up here next time.
Yeah, Castellanters had fallen into. Jeez, are you serious?
I think you're allergic to the word Castellanter.
Sounds like that.
You know, I think
Every time he says Castellanter, he sneezes.
it's true.
Castellanter.
Now he just thought the word Castellanter. now we're saying the word Castellanter.
You're like,
Y'all are monsters.
So allergic to the Castellanter.
So this is how
Are
we
they
do
related?
D&D.
Are they related to the Clements? I don't know.
Everybody's capturing this.
I think I nailed it.
man, dude, that was like a total allergy attack, huh?
Something. Sorry.
It's not allergy season. It's still hurricane season.
Yeah.
Why not
yeah.
both?
So, oh Jesus, are you serious?
I think we're done.
Yeah,
we
we are.
broke the.
Yeah. So, Castellanters, they're a super famous family in Waterdeep, like one of the very, very richest families in Waterdeep. There was a time where they sort of fell out of favor and they kind of faded out of view. But in recent times, they have like really prospered. They have been at the head of all of the governmental decisions in the town. They're regularly in the long papers of the town. Castellanters are a really, 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 really rich family in the city of Waterdeep.
Yeah, so basically what you're telling us is the first three we can probably say that they're not the issue. It's either going to be the ship or the villa.
That's
I
likely.
did not say that.
No, as a matter of fact, how did the Castellanters get their money back?
I'd still be more suspect of the ship or the villa before I went to that.
Boy, this villa that we're talking about, this is east of Cholskull.
It is. It's on the east side of town, not too far from the wall, but yeah, it's east of you guys. Sure.
I pick that time for next session. Go that way. But that's just my vote.
That seems like
That-
it seems like where are the Castellan? Where's the Castellaner estate relative to Troskull?
Castellanter Estate is.
Probably in the castle ward.
Well, before we jump on that, we need to know where these places, all the places are relative to us. He may have gone east and then south, or like.
Yeah, Castellanter Estate is sort of due west of you guys.
Due west.
Not due west, a little
Correction.
west southwest, but yeah, they're to the west. I mean, they're in like the rich side of town. So that west side of town, Sea Ward and up, that's like the rich side of town by and large. The north part of town is by and large businesses, the bourgeoisie class. As you move further south, it's degenerates, right? So like the South Ward, down by the Dock Ward, that's like the seedy parts of town. So
Hey, us Herbert types.
I want to let you know,
Yes.
All right, so now that my algae attack is gone, it has been another Tuesday.
Until one of us says Castle Lantern. I was just checking to see if you'd sneeze.
You were
Hachu,
sneezing.
hachu. See, it's nonsense.
Just checking.
Correlation does not equal causation.
What?
Learn it, friends. Live it. Learn
madness.
it. Love it. All right, 2 weeks from now, unless I can play sooner, which I might. Grogs.
Yeah. You know what? I actually have a lot of availability right now. My girlfriend has taken a van life trip, so she is currently out of town. And when I'm not on dad duty, I can definitely. And if I don't have a volleyball game, but that doesn't.
Blah blah.
I got a lot of extra availability.
All right. Well, we may squeeze in an extra session. I doubt it, but it's possible. If we can, I definitely would like to. I really want to sort of fast forward this a little bit if we can. Tonight's been great. You guys are super sleuths. I know that this is a very confusing, mystery solving kind of game, which is really, really, really hard. But you guys are doing a really good job. You're on track. You're following leads. You're doing a really good job. Anything else I can say?
Yeah,
John,
Nope.
this guy. This guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, that guy.
Getting married in 4 days?
4 days.
Oh my God, 4 days. Now,
During a hurricane.
and the pandemic. Mind you, there's a hurricane headed directly at the wedding.
You forgot. I think it's category 4 now. It may be a 5.
Well, we'll see. It's 4 now.
No, it may be a 5 by now.
Well,
It was
may
a
be,
4
but it's
hours ago.
Yeah, but it's gonna hit the islands. What are those?
Yucatan Peninsula. It's gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna hit the Bay of Campeche. It's gonna actually before that it's gonna hit Isla de Mujeres, the island of women. Then it's gonna hit the Yucatan Peninsula. Then it's gonna hit the Bay of Campeche.
And then hopefully it'll just dissipate and we'll all be happy.
Yeah, it won't dissipate. Well, so we'll see. So, with a bit of luck, I will see you guys on Saturday in full ensemble, hats, goggles, skirts, you name
It's
it.
not a skirt. It's a kilt.
Kilt.
You know why it's called a kilt?
No.
Because we killed the last bastard that called it a skirt.
Either way, next week, Chris is going to pick up his game with the Justice League in 2 weeks from today. 2 short weeks, 14 days, count them. From today, we are going to pick up on this game and see where the hell these nerds go. Until then...
Nerd.
Nerd out.